This week, the Motorhead Garage crew finds a way to customize, personalize, and work from home. An undercoating just in time for winter, and we get another visit from Dr. Pasha Rudenko. Next on Motorhead Garage, presented by Top Coat.
Welcome once again to another edition of Motorhead Garage. Now, this is the series where we show off all kinds of really cool aftermarket stuff for your automobile. Speaking of cool, how about this automobile? It's a 1991 Toyota Supra, makes about 700 horsepower. It's great on the drifting track. We're going to show you that thing in action. It's made even cooler because of some things that are done by our friends at AP Lazer. They brought their machine. We'll show you some of its capabilities and some of the things it can do for your car, as well as some other projects you have, like maybe some wall art, like this door from a 1958 Chevy. Really cool stuff. Dan, you made this courtesy of AP Lazer.
Yeah.
What does AP Lazer do for your business there in Missouri?
Literally everything, from drinkware, car parts, cool personal objects, hot rod wall art, you know, just everything I do every day, all day long.
I've seen some photos of other projects that you have as well. You run the gamut of all kinds of different things. What are some of the more unusual things you end up engraving?
I've done stainless steel flowers. A buddy of mine does custom fabricating, and I did some really funky flowers that had different keywords throughout for a local radio station, and they're kind of like the monthly awards for them. And then we're going to end up doing a 8-foot stainless steel ball before long. That's going to be pretty interesting in itself. So,
how do you fit an 8-foot ball under an AP Lazer? How does that work?
Jokingly, he's talking about suspending it from a crane overhead. However, I think more realistically, we're going to cut it into sections prior to putting it together, and I'll just do it because it's going to be cut out letters that's going to have phrases and paragraphs on it, and then there's going to be some realistic photos put on there, and then it's going to all get put together. And
well, that's not a terribly unrealistic idea, raising it on a crane
Yeah.
because of the open architecture of the AP Lazer. Tell me how that works.
Well, the open architecture, like I've lifted my machine 10 inches so I can accommodate for larger objects, but like the 58 Chevy truck door, it comes with a really cool lift cart, and you can mock it in there, and as soon as you pull the electric base out, you can literally put anything, any size, shape. It's got 4-corner lifts, so you can adjust the head to whatever you need for awkward slopes like that door is contoured. You can make it do literally whatever you want.
And you can do whatever you want thanks to all the help you get from AP Lazer, right?
Right. AP Lazer is fantastic. They're just 24/7 tech support, a wealth of knowledge from all their staff, even the sales staff. You can contact any of them, and they'll try to help you as much as they can or set you in the right direction with where you need to go.
And if you want to go someplace else, see what some other folks are doing, what are some options there?
Well, they've got the Before You Buy page, so owners like myself can get on there and help those thinking about purchasing AP Lazer. But then the AP Lazer user group has got literally 1,000+ people on there that own lasers, that do different objects every day, and we help each other out. You can just, hey, how'd you do this? Hey, how'd you do this? What tips, what power speed settings, whatever. And there's a fantastic Facebook user group that everyone gets on after they purchase an AP Lazer to get all the help that we need.
Now, you've used other laser brands in the past.
Sure.
But you've upgraded to an AP Lazer.
Yes.
How much of an upgrade is it?
Tremendous. It's a night and day difference from any other brand on the market. The efficiency is fantastic. It runs actually faster than most other machines and still gets the absolute best quality of anything I've done in the history of my business. So,
show us some of the things that you've got here.
I got a set of small block Chevy valve covers. They're going to go on a 66 El Camino, dubbed the Hell Camino.
Perfect.
It's 500+ horse, and it's just a super awesome car.
This will make it even cooler.
Even cups, you can hook them up where you've got hot rod art on them, flames, skulls, whatever. You can do realistic pictures.
And we've got a cup actually brewing.
Yeah.
And let's see how that's coming off the laser. It should be just about finished.
Sure.
Looking pretty amazing already. Now, I notice it's sitting on the rollers there. What is that, and how does that work for you?
Well, that's our rotary device. With the AP Lazer, it comes as a turnkey package. So you come with the rotary to do cups and any kind of round objects, from little things like ink pens all the way up to something as big as a growler or a round cooler. So you could do literally anything on that.
Super versatile.
Baseball bats. Oh, yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Oh man, that thing looks great and took hardly any effort from you. In fact, I know with your business, Han Custom Laser Engraving, you've been able to make a business out of this, and this is all you do thanks to AP Laser.
Oh yeah, I love working from home, and anybody can use it.
And you can hang out with your helper here, Avery.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And she helps with the business too, so it's super simple to use.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Well, I love it, and you are going to love it too. You can check them out at aplaser.com/TV, and that's where you'll find a special discount for Motorhead Garage viewers. By the way, we're going to see this and a whole lot more coming up next on Motorhead Garage, presented by Top Coat. Stay tuned.
Motorhead Garage, presented by Top Coat, is brought to you by Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. Side by Customs, custom fabrication for anything UTV. AP Laser, leading the way. And by Top Coat, don't just coat it, top coat it.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage, presented by Top Coat. Now, we've been extolling the virtues of AP Laser and all it can do for your business. Bradley, you're the poster child for what AP Laser can do for a business. And for your graphics business, you have used AP Laser for a lot of automotive stuff. And the AP Laser is uniquely cut out for that sort of work. Why?
Well, the first thing, and it's the most noticeable thing, as you can see, it's the open architecture. So we're not limited by the other conventional brands that you've just got a box. So you can't really pass things through. They say, well, you have a pass-through box. Well, it's nothing like literally open architecture. Whatever will fit, you can do. And this isn't even their largest machine. They have a 48 by 36, actually. So a 4 foot by 3 foot laser area, and it takes up a 5 by 8 workspace. So that's getting into some bigger materials, and that's the reason why we love our AP Laser.
And what kinds of things have you engraved using the AP Laser?
Well, for instance, we'll go back to the Smokey and the Bandit Trans Am hood, the Pro Modified car where we took Ceramark Ultra and showed just how well a marking compound can do on metal compared to a vinyl. And then you can always go into our whiskey barrels, etching on the full bilge of a barrel, which other people, they just can't do with their laser.
You've done all kinds of objects, but you've also done all kinds of materials. What kinds of things does the AP Laser work on?
The AP Laser works on a wide variety of materials, from wood, metal, to acrylics, plastics. The list goes on and on. And the beautiful part about it is the open architecture allows you to really pass through those larger sheets. We all know a 4 by 8 sheet of plywood, you have to cut that down in a workshop to be able to get it into a conventional laser. We don't have to do that with the AP Laser.
We know the AP Laser can etch, but can it cut?
Oh yes, it can cut, because we're able to cut wood, we're able to cut acrylics, plastics, the list keeps going on again. But the special thing about it is, with the AP Laser, we can cut an inch thick acrylic and it comes out of the laser with a polished edge.
So you don't have to sand the edges or anything like you would?
You don't have any other finishing work other than popping it out and making it beautiful.
And how thick are we talking on the acrylic?
We're talking all the way up to an inch thick, which other lasers say, well, we might not be able to do. AP, we've shown that it can be done, and we'll do it again.
Every time you get a new kind of material, there's got to be some question as to how to run it in here. So how do you solve that problem?
Well, you have 24/7 tech support, and that's true 24/7, even if it's at 3 a.m. in the morning, and that's for the lifetime of the machine. As long as you own it, you have that 24/7 tech support, and on top of that, you even have a Facebook user group with over 1,000 people in it ready to help you, whether it be materials, a file issue, whatever it is. You have help at your fingertips with AP Laser.
And we know these are really durable, but if there is a problem, how about a warranty?
Oh, you have a 3-year warranty, and they are very good about making sure your laser gets up and running.
We'll talk about getting up and running. This is one of Bradley's latest projects. It's a 700 horsepower Toyota Supra drifting car. Josh, you're the driver. On the outside, it looks a little rough around the edges, but under the hood, a beautiful piece that Bradley hooked you up with. Tell me about that.
So that's our new intake manifold. We stepped up from the factory LS1 intake manifold to a bigger, better flowing intake. So it's got a bigger throttle body, 102 millimeter, and Bradley was so kind to laser engrave the top of it with the AP Laser machine.
Drifting's different from all other forms of motorsports. What makes it so difficult?
I'd say the hardest thing is car placement. Just learning the car, learning how your car's going to handle, and just knowing where to put the car to put you on your line, because all it takes is one mistake to put you off your line and into the wall.
Well, we're going to see it in action, but first, we want you to take a look at this.
Time now for the lowdown with Magic Creeper.
Well, we came outside here at Motorhead Garage to demonstrate something for you. Now, you probably think the wheel is the most important invention of all time. Of course it is. It's pretty amazing. But for this application, not so much. This is a traditional mechanics creeper. And as you can see, there's casters on all four corners. This is great if you've got a really nice garage floor, super smooth. You can zoom in and out. And of course, if your clearance is too low on the vehicle, you can't get under it anyway. But let's say you're out in the driveway, like most people are, working outside, you're in the gravel, put the creeper down now. With your weight on it, there is no way this thing is moving anywhere on gravel or on grass for that matter. But the Magic Creeper specializes in just such a thing. The Magic Creeper can be used here on the gravel, it can be used on grass, it can zoom over roots and trees and tools and anything you leave in its way, and it's super easy to use. And you won't even notice it when you're rolling across a surface like this on the gravel. You can lay down on it. Actually feels like a nice massage. It's not too bad. Now the cool thing about the creeper is that the part that is on the bottom is always going to be on the bottom. So if you're out in the weather, out in dirty gravel like this, the bottom of the creeper is going to get dirty, but you are not. The Magic Creeper has all kinds of uses, whether it's in the house or around the house, in the garage or on the road with your vehicle. You are going to find so many uses for the Magic Creeper. Check them out at magiccreeper.com. Except no substitutes. It's the only place you can find the real one. All right, Josh has the suit and the helmet on, ready to let her rip. Take off! One way cool car made even cooler by AP Lazer. You can check them out at aplazer.com/TV. Look for a special deal for Motorhead Garage viewers. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage presented by Top Coat.
Motorhead Garage presented by Top Coat, coming to you from Borla Commerce Park.
You are rolling right along with Motorhead Garage presented by Top Coat. Now you remember this Jeep we had here in the studio a couple of weeks ago? Well, had no engine in it. It does now. It's got a Vortex small block Chevy in it, and it'll be ready to go in no time. While I'm working on the electrical system here, why don't you check out this clip? It's John Gardner from last season, our old pal. He went up to visit our friends at New Hampshire Oil.
All right, we're back at NHOU Protective Coatings, and we're talking with Joe now. Joe, you've become the mad scientist in this segment. We've been here for a couple episodes. You may have seen them. I believe the product is the best on the market, but we don't have to believe me. We're going to prove it today. But before we do that, tell me a little bit about the company.
So we're in the business of empowering people to become proactive and extend the life of their vehicle. Okay, we're a family-run business. We got into the business by first-hand knowledge, me losing my trucks. We live in New England. They lay a lot of de-icing chemicals down. The de-icing chemicals are very corrosive, and the toll is quite extensive and expensive to our vehicles. So we're just trying to help people be proactive and extend the life of their vehicle.
Me and you, we didn't get some MIT graduate certificate, but you've learned on your own. You make sure this product is the best on the market.
Actually, we have a goal, internal goal, and I'm going to tell anyone, be proactive. If you could find a better product, use it. If you find a different technique, try it. We want to get people to think proactively, but our internal goal is to have the best product on the market, and that's why we invested in this cabinet. It's a $15,000 American standardized B117 testing cabinet. It was a big investment for us. It's about a $15,000 cabinet, but everything that we do in there, the procedures and the equipment, from the water and the salt solution, the percentage is all standardized. We have to follow it. And we use our competitors in here all the time. And we are running a test right now. And we see how many hours we can outperform the leading competitor. And our goal is, and always at the top of my wish list with my chemist is, performance upgrade, performance upgrade. We intend on having the best product on the market.
Now you say with your chemist, I mean, you actually been to their facility as well, and you're trying to match exactly what they're doing and doing actually a second check on the product right here.
Yeah, so what we do is we have a quality control. We have a fantastic toll manufacturer who has a superb record of being nothing but a quality industry standard and toll manufacturing. But we have a viscometer. We've synced the two viscometers so that when his product is done, he's checked it. I recheck the surface tension. We can check the grind, the dispersion. I can do a stability check. I can do a sag, make sure that it's the right viscosity and it's not going to drip on the product, and then ultimately a performance test. And this is all in an effort to just keep the quality control there. And then we spray the product. So we have about 3,000 vehicles going through our shop each year, and we don't just produce this product, but we actually use this product.
Now tell me what's going on inside of that cabinet in layman's terms. I mean, you're actually applying salt. I know it's not the perfect situation. Everything's a little bit different, but this is what's happening in the real world.
So that is what that does is simulates accelerated use. We actually have a product in there right now that has less than 20 hours and there's more than 5% corrosion on it. I'm not going to make public any of the competitors, but it's sad when people buy that product and pay good money and they think they're getting protection. They're not. This cabinet will produce salt fog at a certain temperature, the controlled temperature, and a controlled volume. And what we do is, in most cases, let this run for almost 2 months and see how many hours before you actually get more than 5% corrosion.
Well, it is sad, Joe. I mean, education's the key, and you guys do that here as well. Now, I went and I got some bed liner, I coated it, I thought I was stopping the rust. That's not the case.
No, you cannot cover over rust and trap moisture and oxygen below the surface. Here's an example of somebody who did that. The only thing you do is make the surface look pretty for a while, but the product is not stopping it from oxidizing. And that's what oil does differently. It actually penetrates through the rust down to the good metal, displaces moisture, removes oxygen, and you stop oxidation as long as you take either of those out of the equation.
Now, this quality control here, it extends to out in the field. I was talking to your son, it's a family business, Joey. He was talking about you guys shoot it here, you use it here, so your outside vendors run into a problem. It's probably nothing new that you haven't seen.
By the time that the product actually gets to our dealers, it's been in our shop for almost a year, and some selected dealers. What's really critical here, and everyone has to understand, is an above average product is completely worthless if you don't get a good application. So a below average application renders that good product useless. So we factory train everybody. We have the largest selection of rust proofing equipment in the country, and we have everyone come in here and go through a whole training program so that you get the best product applied properly and result.
What's your website? Where can they find you?
www.nhoilundercoating.com.
Perfect. Well, go check them out on the website. I'm going to hop on a plane really quick, but get back to the studio because Dave's a little lonely. There's plenty more. Motorhead Garage presented by Top Coat right after this break.
Motorhead Garage, presented by Top Coat, is brought to you by Stage 8 Fasteners, home of the world's best locking header bolt. Locking kits now available for all turbo applications. Go to stage8.com. Stifler's Chassis and Suspension, your late model Mustang and F-150 chassis specialists. Rod End Supply, we don't just sell them, we race them. And by Tribotex, make your engine last longer.
Back at Motorhead Garage presented by Top Coat. You know, we saw John Gardner at NH Oil last season. Well, this year, earlier in the season, I got to go up to see what I could learn. Joe, we've seen how the customer experience starts here in the beautiful waiting area that you have, but really the magic starts here in the back building where all the work's done. How does your system work?
So we've had, close to 10 years now to refine this system, and we have about 3,000 vehicles that pass through here each year. What we've done is, one, we've solved one of the problems with overspray. We actually have a system, and we've worked our way up to make this system fully functional that will recapture overspray, and we're able to reuse it, but more importantly, it doesn't land on the consumer's vehicle. We also have all the right equipment. We have tools that will get into all the body cavities. We use a high pressure system. It's an airless, air-assisted system. We're also installing cameras in our bays so that the consumer can sit in there and actually view the vehicle being done.
Now, it's really plain to see how much attention you've paid to detail, all the finite things. How do you want this whole experience then to translate to your franchisees and your dealers?
So we spent a lot of time refining our system, and many of the dealers will come in here and we will train them. And now what we're trying to do is completely duplicate the system, the whole experience here in the form of a franchise.
So what if I want to become a dealer or a franchisee?
Okay, anyone interested can contact us. Just go to the website, nhoilundercoating.com.
Going to start off today's lesson with a four-letter word, ZDDP. Now, it's cheap and it is effective. It's been in use for about 100 years, but Pasha, it only works for some parts of your engine. It can be harmful in other ways, right?
Yes, ZDDP is destroying catalytic converters in large quantity. So now there is a regulatory push to reduce it down in general cars. It protects valve drain perfectly for many, many, many years. And all racing oils are stuffed with ZDDP over the brink. But when you look at your daily driver, your catalytic converter is one of the most expensive parts to protect. You also want to make sure that your engine and catalytic converter last long term. In this case, we done a study using ZDDP oil together with Tribotex, and we measured what ends up to be on the surface. Actually, Tribotex outcompetes ZDDP to the surface in the same oil. So when you apply Tribotex with ZDDP, Tribotex stays on the surface and ZDDP stays in the oil.
So it's competing for the space and Tribotex is winning.
That's right.
One other thing I've read about ZDDP is it increases friction. It does protect, but you still have that friction. How does Tribotex address that?
You're right, Dave. This is actually not very well known fact. ZDDP is really good at protecting parts from wear, but it does increase friction, so it makes efficiency go down. Tribotex not just protect it from the wear, not just repair parts by coating with a small layer, but also drop your friction down to super lubricity level where barely anyone can compete with us.
Yeah, nobody can do what they do. Tribotex can protect your car, it can make it perform better, and can make it last longer. Check them out, tribotex.com. Thank you for joining us once again for Motorhead Garage presented by Top Coat. We're glad you came along for the ride. If you get bored before we come back next week, be sure to check out our Facebook page. And if you have something you want to see featured on the show, email Jeff at masterstv.com. Until next week, from our entire crew here at Motorhead Garage, we will see you